Is Ato Forson. Isaac Wilberforce Mensah is a spokesperson to the Attorney General. He's joined us on the line. Sir, you're welcome to Eyewitness News.
Thank you very much, Umaru. And a big good evening to your millions and billions of listeners worldwide.
Good evening to you too. Now, I noticed that even though this statement was made in open court by an accused person who is not an NDC person stricto sensu, your opening statement refers to the NDC. The NDC capitalized on this and did a press conference outside the courtroom. But why didn't you limit yourselves to what transpired in the courtroom, where in open court we are even told that the statement was admitted? Why didn't you stick to that? Why did you NDCize it?
How do I do this? It's the Director for Communications for the NDC who spoke about this. So we know how things work. Let's not play the ostrich game. I'm not saying you are, but I'm saying let's all not play the ostrich game. We know that this will take political dimensions and, party lines will be drawn. But I speak to the law. I don't speak to the politics of the situation. And the fact is that some statements were made in open court that the Honorable Attorney General has approached or has spoken to the third accused person to make statements or to testify against the first accused person. Now, if it is what it is, then there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. That prosecution speaks to one accused person to provide testimony against another accused person. It's absolutely normal. Aside it being very common in many, many other jurisdictions, it is lawful in Ghana. If you look at Act 1079, that's the Plea Bargaining Act. Any person or any party in the criminal matter, in this instance, can approach the other party. So in criminal matters, of course, one party will be the prosecution, the other party will be the accused persons. Now, either party can make or can initiate plea bargaining negotiations, as it were. Now, in this instance, factually, and we have all the letters. I'll forward them to you later if my bosses or my seniors permit me to, or if it's lawful to do same, that it is the third accused person who made this out best in court. It is the third accused person who approached the office of the Attorney General for plea negotiations to commence. So if you have been granted audience, and you have been, or as a matter of discussion, you are requested, maybe requested to provide testimony for prosecution or in favor of prosecution. It's different from go and make false statements. If you are saying testify, speak your truth, tell us exactly what happened, and then you equate that to or the same is being misinterpreted as go ye forth and make false statements against A1. I think that's not the case. That's absolutely not what happened. That's definitely not what happened. And the Office of the Attorney General has categorically denied that any such thing happened. The Honorable Attorney General, Godfrey Adame, has never told anyone to go and make false statements against anyone. So that's what we have put on record emphatically.
I see. But the AG at least is admitting to the meeting with the third accused person. That there's an admission to that.
There's no denial of that. The Attorney General has not denied that. But it's important to note that the meeting was subsequent to a request or a request for negotiation initiated by the third accused person.
Okay, so
and
the
there's
meetings
nothing unlawful about that.
So yes. The meetings have never been at the instance of the AG. You want to put that on record?
That is what I'm telling you. That
no, I just want to say that. So you're putting on record that AG has never. None of the meetings have been at the instance of the AG. That's what you're saying.
All the meetings were corollary to the initiation of plea bargaining by the accused person.
Okay, the third accused person said there were meetings. You've admitted that, of course, there were meetings, but this is the reason for the meetings. The other aspect of the third accused's statement is that...
Let's correct this. There were meetings at his instance. Let's go on, please.
No problem. But the third accused person adds that these meetings were at, quote, odd hours, will you say on record that none of these meetings were at odd hours? And we do know what odd hours mean.
One, it is not true. And two, I just heard Sami GMP Director for Communications for the NDC say that these meetings took place with a third party, quote unquote, a respected third party involved. So I'm not putting him there, but I'm putting it in my own terms, that it took place with a respected third party involved. And same was at the instance of the third accused person. So if that was the case, then certainly it couldn't have been at odd hours. And in any case, let me hasten to add that it was the third accused person who initiated these plea negotiations.
Okay.
So how then do you come back to say that you have spoken to me to give testimony against person A or person B?
Okay.
It doesn't even make. And let me put something on record.
Yes.
Let me put something on record in respect of the plea bargaining act. What the law says in respect of this. Now, plea bargaining can happen anytime prior to judgment. And when it comes to plea bargaining, because I've also heard some issues, I just want to correct the narrative on your platform before people go to town with this issue of meeting with a party instead of the lawyer. If you look at the plea bargaining, so Samijemfi is referring to an ally, and I'm referring to an act of parliament, Act 1079, which says, I'm reading section 162A. It says here that subject to 162B, a person charged, in this case A3, a person charged, or in this case it could be A1 as well, a person charged with a criminal offense may at any time before judgment negotiate with the Attorney General for a plea agreement. Has judgment come? No. So is such negotiation permissible under law? Yes. Now let's look at 162C. 162C also relates to who can initiate a plea agreement, and it's from both sides. It can be the prosecution or it can be the accused person. Now, in this instance, it says the accused person who initiated the plea discussion.
Okay.
So if some plea discussions have gone on, what is the problem? Absolutely nothing.
Okay. Isaac, let me just ask this for the public records. The NDC has said that it is going to do a full-blown press conference on Monday or Tuesday next week, where it's going to bring evidence to prove this meeting actually happened. Now,
nobody has denied
just again. The reason this meeting would be of interest is that it was clandestinely arranged, or it was done at odd hours, quote and unquote. Can you say to us on record now that none of the meetings happen outside work hours, where we could say between 8 to 5 p.m.? None of these meetings happen during that time.
One, you see.
And that the meetings did not happen with this third person that Sami GMP claimed.
No, I'm just saying that let's not limit the scope of the act to whether it happened on a weekend, whether it happened on Saturday morning, or it's really material.
Unfortunately, in this case, it is, because the man used odd hours, and we don't know that your office works like every regular public office. So if the Attorney General meets with an accused person in a case at 1 a.m. in either the accused person's residence or the Attorney General's residence or somewhere, that can definitely not be what the intention of non-odd hours is when we say non-odd hours. You do know that.
Okay, so I just want to say that one, the meeting never happened at any odd hour. It's definitely false. The Attorney General categorically denies him.
Okay.
And that's it.
Finally.
And I just want to add that this office is focusing on prosecuting criminal matters, and that is what the focus is, bringing justice to the Ghanaians. In fact, if some funds were used or public funds led to causing financial loss to the state, then indeed, that's what the office should be focusing on. I don't think A1, I don't think Ato Forson or A3, Richard wants to base his defense on something which is permitted by law under Act 1079. I'll be very disappointed if that is his defense that he's putting up.
Okay.
Especially for an act that was indeed lawful and nothing has. So we are challenging them. If there's any such recording that, go forth and make false statements against A1, they should bring it out.
Finally, point 6 of your statement, and when I say you, I mean the Attorney General's Department statement. It says, and I read, the Attorney General has video evidence of the first accused person, case Ato Forson, coming to meet him and to plead with him to discontinue the prosecution. This the Attorney General has refused to do. Now, my question is, was this video done with the knowledge of case Ato Forson, or it was a secret recording?
What is out there is that the Attorney General has video evidence, and if it becomes necessary, same would be put out there. But
was it a secret recording, this video, or was it?
There's no. What secret recording? The Attorney General does not need to do a secret recording.
So it was a recording that was done with the knowledge of the. Recording. So it's like what you do in conference or where you meet with your clients.
No. If we have a recording of you, it doesn't. You are not aware that there exists a recording of you. It's not conclusive, or it's not a conclusion that the recording was secret. If you are driving through traffic and then the security cameras pick you, does that mean it's a secret recording?
No, it's not. But if I hold a meeting with you and it turns out you have a video recording of that meeting without my knowledge, then that's a secret recording, which is what happened in this particular case. Now, what we want to know is whether there was a camera.
If I meet you,
no. Let's not use a hypothesis. No, Sparky, sorry.
If I meet you at the hotel, and there is a recording of us, and you don't know that there's a recording of us, does that amount to a secret recording?
Yes, that's what it amounts to. When Anas records people, we call it secret recording because a third party does not know they are being recorded. So in this instance,
by the hotel, it amounts to a secret recording by me.
No, there's a notice at the frontage of the hotel that says there is CCTV 24-hour surveillance here, so you know you are being recorded. Okay, I want to know, in the Attorney General's office, do we have a camera that is recording which camera you would see and your attention will be brought to it?
Now you're asking me to give you information on whether there is a camera in the office of the Attorney General.
Yes, because you introduced paragraph 6 in your statement, which is, I believe, immaterial to the discussion around Richard Jakpa, but you've introduced it, so it's only fair that I ask you to explain what you intended to say by point 6 of your statement.
Well, so like I have stated, that there is a recording, but it's not a secret recording. That's what I can say for now, Umaru.
Very well. Thank you so much for speaking to us.
Thank you too, Umaru.
That's Isaac Wilberforce Mensah. He speaks for the